Thank you very much. Ms. Overman, why are the VA's mega projects stuck in the project model, and what problems does that create?
Certainly, based on my experience at the White House working on delivery and implementation and the work we do at the Beck Center, I do think the key problem is what has been indicated by my fellow panelists, which is this model of starting by trying to project over very extensive timelines what the ultimate end product is, all its functionality, gathering those requirements, handing them off to a vendor, and then hoping that 5 to 10 years down the line, what is implemented or provided back, if it is in fact provided back, actually works. I think there's a couple of fundamental challenges with that. One, if you think 10 years back, like cell phones, for example, how much have cell phones changed in just 10 years? How much have user needs changed over time? The kind of fundamental approach of this waterfall mega project is just destined to failure, even if a vendor perfectly implements all of the requirements listed and it's deployed 10 years later, it is almost certainly not going to be fit for purpose. I do want to emphasize, I appreciate Ms. Harris's obviously extensive expertise in this space. I do think a key component of this making the VA successful is obviously the more technical pieces of this, but having this internal capacity, these product development teams, to oversee these projects so that there is a single owner or a team that is well-versed in agency mission and goals in these modern agile processes that own the product vision and then manage vendors on a much faster and more modular timeline is really a key to success to trying to solve these problems.
Very good. Thank you, Ms. Overman. Ms. Harris, are the mega projects inherently incompatible with some of your best practices? What I'm trying to find out is where do we have these conflicts coming in? It's like with your recommended best practices and the mega projects, the way that they are developing them.
Yeah, they're entirely in conflict with best practice and what we've seen both in the public space and the private sector. We want these large projects to be broken down into these smaller pieces, and I think a large part of that is the lack of having the end users involved in that process early and often, so that when they're generating requirements, prioritizing those requirements, that the end users are involved in that. But also being able to prioritize is critically important too, because again, the last thing we want is to have everyone throwing on their wish list of items. As long as it's prioritized and they've gotten buy-in from the end users, then that's when then agencies are able to break them out, these large projects into smaller pieces and deliver, and deliver quickly.
Very good. Mr. Schweikert, the VA knows how to design IT systems in an agile, modular way. We've seen that. It's not a technical problem anymore. What are the cultural and managerial obstacles preventing them from doing it more often?
So I think there are two things, Mr. Chairman. One, the legacy projects that have been running the approach hasn't gone back and taken lessons learned to approve legacy project, to update how they deal with legacy projects. I think there's if you will, a trust issue from my outside impression, because projects haven't delivered in a timely fashion, there is that tendency to load everything in. And I think that one of the things that...
So when you say the trust issue, break that down a little bit for me. From the people that are responsible for developing
So from the end users, from the employees,
okay,
right?
We're not going to get another delivery for an extended period of time. So let's go ahead and add everything, all our requests on right now.
That's right. And is there a little bit of burnout on? Now we're on the fourth try, and nothing happened. So why should I really participate? Because I'm busy. Because this try is probably going to fail as well. So why do I need to get involved? And that's a management and a culture challenge. I think the other challenge is the build once, use many, to say, okay, we're going to build this, and there has to obviously be user input, but everyone needs to take it. And secondly, the phrase from my CIO colleague at GSA, minimal viable product, is a shorthand way of saying build just enough for it to be useful, get it into people's hands, and iterate. But they need to do that enough that people believe it's going to work. They have to build that trust.
Very good. Thank you very much, Mr. Schweikart.